Yes, feet are super important to how the whole body feels and how the body moves. Don't forget that most of the stuff that we do as humans, we start with the feet on the ground. Those are our foundation. If the foundation is weak or dysfunctional, of course, the rest of the structure is going to suffer, or is going to at least need to adapt to what is happening at the feet. So most of our feet are, as we age, as we are adults, and for years and years of wearing restricted and shoes that are not really made for human feet, most of our feet are unhealthy and dysfunctional. And I'm not talking about if your feet hurt or not. So many feet are dysfunctional, they're losing their shape, but they don't hurt just yet. Okay? So this is not just for those that have painful feet. This is to be proactive and start taking care of the feet before they create more problems. All right? So today I want to go through 10 tips. 5 of them more suggestions. 5 of them are going to be more drills and exercises that you can start doing. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1, just start spending more time barefoot. There's so many people that don't spend any time barefoot. The feet are always enclosed in a shoe that most of the time is not made for healthy feet. So even at home, little by little, start spending more time, taking the socks off, feeling the ground, start connecting to the ground, and letting the foot move, feel, and become a foot again. But starts easy. I'm gonna recommend a couple products too that help in restoring the feet functionality. Number 1 is some toe spacers. I like the one from Naboso. Just you place them on, start splaying the toes. You're gonna start little by little. That is really good to start restoring the shape of the foot, right? We're born with just like hands. You can splay the fingers, well, so many toes because of being on those restricted shoes and narrow shoes, they are all like together or on top of each other. So we want to start easy. That's took some time to get there. So easy, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes a day, little by little, you want to start restoring that shape. That also starts stretching a lot of the muscles of the foot. So toe spacers. Number 3 is start transitioning to more minimal shoes. Shoes that have enough space for the toes to splay, also are close to the ground, so you're still feeling the ground and it lets your foot move. We want the foot to be able to move because that's how the foot is gonna be functional and it's gonna be strong when it needs to be strong and move when it needs to move. Number 4, I like this Neuro ball from also Naboso. I'm gonna leave some of the links so you can go and check them out. This is a really good ball to start releasing some of the sticky areas of the bottom of the foot. All these is recommendations even before your feet hurt. Just because your feet don't hurt doesn't mean that they're functional. When they hurt, they have probably gone too far and now they hurt. But there's a lot of things in our body that they don't function well, but still don't hurt. So yeah, those just follow the pain. This is being a little proactive and start restoring functionality. But this ball also helps if you start at the beginning of feeling those uh, fascia pain in the bottom of the feet. Plantar fasciitis, that's the word I was. Plantar fasciitis, when you start feeling that, this ball can help with that, but it's also a good ball to use after a long day of standing and walking or running or doing a sport. Start incorporating these, and Naboso has a really good video of where to release, which point for how long. That's a really good product. Number 5, so those were 4. Number 5 is to start exposing, after you do some of these, start exposing your feet to different surfaces, okay? Again, the bottom of the feet has a lot of sensory receptors that we lose as we age, normal, but also if we don't use them, then we lose them. So a good way to start waking them up, those receptors get information from our contact with the ground and tells or inform the nervous system and the brain on how to move, the positioning of the body, so many good things. That is why as we age and we lose the quality of those receptors, then balance becomes harder, walking becomes a little more difficult. So it's very important to keep them alive, to keep them awake. Doing this, spending more time barefoot, using the Neuro ball, and then taking the feet to different surfaces so we keep them awake. We are reawakening those receptors, very important. Okay, so to go through the first 5, spending more time barefoot, toe spacers, minimal shoes, transitioning to them, using the Neuro ball, and then little by little start taking the feet to explore and to feel different surfaces. Those are the first 5. Now I'm gonna move to the 5 drills and movement that you can start doing. Okay, so for the first drill, I want you to interlace fingers through toes. Okay, that is the first one. And you're gonna hold just like toe spacers but with your fingers. But then I want you to use the other hand to grab the base of the foot. And we're gonna add movement, this kind, flexion and extension to the forefoot. A few reps, being mindful, then we're gonna add a little bit of rotation, side to side. Okay? The forefoot should be able to move independently of the base of the foot. Okay? Just start incorporating some of that, of course, without forcing. Another drill is the short foot. Okay? This one may be a little bit challenging at the beginning, so I want you to have the whole foot in contact with the ground, and you're gonna try to bring this ball of the feet, of the big toe, and the heel closer to each other. Okay? Without curling the toes, you're gonna keep this ball of the feet in contact with the ground, ball of the foot there, with a heel. That's gonna create a bigger arch, and then you're gonna let go. So we're really engaging these muscles and then rest. So you will go from arch to a little bit of more flat foot. Okay, that is the short foot. It's a little bit challenging at the beginning, but stick with it. It's gonna get better and better. Don't forget that we have lost the connection to all those muscles, most of them. So it's gonna take time and practice to start restoring the connection and how to move them. Talking about that, another drill, I'm gonna do it here kneeling, but you can do it standing, is to keeping the tripod of the foot in contact with the ground. That is the ball of the foot below the big toe, the ball of the foot or the bone below the little toe, and then the heel grounded. And then you just wanna lift the toes. See if you can lift the toes, all of them, without losing the tripod. And then you can just maybe lift only the big toe. And then only all the toes except the big toe. And you can play like that and start finding movement or finding the connection to be able to move the toes from the ground without moving the foot. So I think I covered 3, right? First is interlacing the fingers and finding movement of the forefoot. Number 2 was the short foot, start engaging. Okay, engaging, so we start activating those muscles, the arch of the foot. Number 3 was this one, start playing with lifting, moving the toes. Imagine that the toes could be like fingers, right? That we can move all independently. Number 4, this one, same with the tripod. We're gonna use, so this is my right leg, I'm gonna use the left hand and I'm gonna place it underneath the arch. So you're gonna go forward, again, keeping the tripod, you want the tripod, you don't want the foot to move, but we're gonna try to bring the knee forward and inward. That should bring more pressure into your fingers because we are kind of collapsing that arch, or the arch is coming, we are creating more like a flat foot. When we go forward with internal rotation of this lower leg bone. And then from there, we go back out with external rotation. Now we should have an arch. So this is something that we want to restore. This is called pronation when we go flat and supination when we create the arch. This is what the foot needs to do in every step that we make when walking. Pronation and supination. Of course, requires some practice, but it's part of the restoration of the functionality of the feet. And number 5, the last one will be just spending time barefoot on one leg, keeping the tripod and balancing on the foot. Okay, that is already a very simple drill, but we start strengthening the feet and ankle and its stability. Okay, so those are the 5 drills. So the first 5 were recommendations, suggestions, some products. The last 5 are the drill. Hope this is helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to receive more of these emails or notifications when I upload a new video. Thank you. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.